So whenever he went camping or whatever at the lake, he ended up getting kicked out because he didn't have a registered card. And so then apparently he ended up coming home, and I did not know. He slept in the driveway. He had called me a couple of times that night. I didn't even know that too, because I always sleep with my phone off. And like, because he was gone, it wasn't an exception. Like, he needs space more than anything, and so I didn't want to like even attempt to talk to him if he did call, because it's like I literally feel like it's my voice or my actual presence that bothers him. So yeah, anyways, I kept my phone on silent. So in the morning, like, I woke up to a text message, something about like, can I come in to take a shower? And then I heard Jacob barking. So I open the door and I look outside, and Vaughn's there. So he comes in, gets ready for his appointment. And because he had an appointment that day, I don't know how, or if he just like all of a sudden tried to start a process getting reevaluated for his VA check, which I really think that's what he was doing and why he set up an appointment. But he had a physical. And so anyways, whenever he was here, it was just so awkward and weird and bad. It was just like, it was bad. So but there was no fighting. It was just really awkward and weird. But then I had asked him like if he can help me like with a printer, because I ran out of shipping labels and there was just a whole mess. Like, this has been one of the worst weeks in my life, for real. And like it's crazy the amount of problems that I've been having with the printer and whatever else. Like, first I ran out of shipping labels, and then I couldn't get the printer to work and needed new ink. And then he was I didn't know it needed new ink. He was trying to help me and set it up and whatever, and it print off like one shipping label, and then whatever, it didn't work. Anyways, I was just like, no, it's totally okay. Once we figured we needed new ink, and I told him like not to even bother, it's okay, because I knew he had his appointment and I didn't want to stress him out with like going to the store or whatever. So then he goes to his appointment and then comes back and wants to pull me into the room to talk to me. And he was just like, usually when he's stressed, he's very soft-spoken and quiet, like damn near whispering. And this time he was just super, like, not super loud, but just almost as if he was excited talking about his doctor's appointment. And what he had discussed was like, hey, oh yeah, because he came home and he was determined that he was going to go check himself into the hospital. Like, that's what he was going to do. So whenever he went to the appointment, he told me he had talked about like going to the psych ward, because my wife says that I probably have PTSD, blah, blah, blah. And basically what he said is that the doctor laughed. Like, there was no way. The patients that were out in the hallway definitely have PTSD. And, this guy that just walked out, like, this is how he acts, and this is the sign, whatever. Like, first of all, HIPAA violation, hello. And number two, laughing at my expense. Like, that's not funny at all. And then he asked Vaughn, like, have you been through trauma, whatever? He was like, no, like, I lived a pretty good childhood. Like, even though I wasn't raised by my mom, like, it was good because I was with my grandparents and there was nothing bad or traumatic. And then the doctor was like, oh, well, has your wife been through some trauma? It was like, oh yeah, quite a bit. Like, all her life she's been through traumatic events. And then he was like, oh, well, then she's the one that needs to come and see the psychiatrist. And I'm like, what? Like, whenever Vaughn said it, it was almost as if he had some type of inner peace and excitement because that was being said. And I'm like, oh, F no, like, hell no. Like, that pissed me off, because Vaughn, he keeps throwing all of this in my face and having some type of excitement about it, like, really bothered me. He says, I think you should come with me to my next appointment. And I was like, oh, okay, sure, definitely. But I'm going to let you know, like, I have recordings of our arguments and I'm going to show them. And definitely should not have said that. But I was mad, seriously, because he's trying to make it seem like I'm the crazy one. He's been saying that. He literally even gave me an ultimatum through text messages that if I don't get help, then he's out. And I'm like, what the F, dude? Like, me get help, like throwing stuff that I've been through in the past. Like, are you kidding me? That I'm not dealing or triggered from my past. You know, I've dealt with those demons. There might be a time where I deal with them again because I'm being triggered back to them. If anything, because I've been through traumatic experiences, what he's doing makes it 100 times worse. So that started a whole argument, and he was very upset and like definitely just threw a whole grown ass man fit. Like, it was bad. Then he was like, see, no, I'm not doing this with you. I'm not dealing with it. Like, I'm out. So he starts packing his bags and packing everything because he's ready to leave. Like, he even packs the TV. Like, and at this point, until now, I've never argued back with him. It was more like a plea, like, no, this is not what I mean. No, this is not what I feel. Like, always trying to, like, almost convince him of what I mean or say or whatever it may be. Like, because he has everything so wrong about me, almost as if he's purposely choosing to see or misconstrue what I'm saying, like, on purpose. That day, I was mad and I was pissed and I was sad because he does this and he's so outspoken in front of the kids and no regard for how this is going to affect them whatsoever. So I was so freaking mad. I was like, Vaughn, like, why are you leaving again? Like, seriously? Like, you don't have to leave. You can stay in the piano room, because I told him, like, I'm moving the cubbies back into the den so that we can have, you know, our living room back, because now that we have this whole cubby situation and comments sold down packed, like, being back in the den, it's going to fit us. Like, we are so much more organized than whenever we were in the den prior, which that was chaos and whatever. But this time we're organized. I know that we will fit in there. And I feel like not having our business in front of our faces is going to help. So I told him, like, you could sleep in the piano room. Like, you can take my bed. Like, I will get out of my room. Like, you don't have to leave. He was just like, so, oh no, like, you don't want me here, you this and that, like, screaming. Like, it was, oh my gosh, it was bad. And I was telling him, like, I was yelling too. And throughout all of this, I talk loud because I'm passionate, but not yelling. This time I was yelling because I was so mad. And I was even yelling at him, like, dude, I love you. Like, I don't want you to leave. Because he, that morning, was asking for like $2,000. What was it then? I don't remember. He was asking for like $2,000 day before. I don't know. But $2,000 to get his, you know, hotel or whatever. And I'm like, 4 to 5 days in a hotel. Like, some people don't make that money in a month. So to ask for that amount of money is just so beyond me. Anyways, like, it was bad. And Bella ended up recording because she thought he was going to hit me. And she was very afraid. So she grabbed her phone and she started to record, dude. And apparently, from what she told me after, Raza even hid under the table because it was just that bad. Like, it was such a bad argument. Then he goes, like, walks out, leaves. And I shut the door and I am just like bawling my eyes out, like crying so hard because it's so exhausting, day in, day out, like him isolating himself and making it seem like I'm the one that's lost my mind and I'm this and that, whatever. It's so exhausting. And like, I don't want him to leave. Like, he's my husband. I want him here. It's just, I don't want him to isolate himself, but I'd rather him be here than gone. But anyways, he leaves, and then we were convinced that he wasn't coming back. Like, I went live for Crafts with Cray. We had like this mukbang or whatever. Like, the supporters ended up like chipping in, everyone, because they wanted to treat us for dinner. And I was like, what? Like, dude, you don't have to. Like, I don't ever talk about money or whatever it may be. But she was like, I want to buy you dinner. One person was like, I want to buy you dinner or whatever. And so I'm like, oh, dude, like, you do not have to do that. Like, we are okay. You know, I can just order food or whatever. And she was like, no, I know I don't have to, but like, please allow me to treat your family. So I told her my PayPal email, and then several other people were sending money, like $20, $30. It was just crazy because, oh my gosh, I'm not trying to cry, but I just don't understand how people are so, I don't, anyways, I ended up ordering food and we went live to have this mukbang. While we're live, like we're live for a little bit. I leave the live to go poop. And I told him that. And then throughout this, Boo comes into the bathroom and she was like, Mommy, Daddy's here. Like, I can hear him outside. And I'm like, what? And she was like, yes. I was like, okay, baby, just like go and get Raza, come into my room. Like, I will be out. So I quickly get off the toilet, go into the live. And I was like, okay, well, we're going to have to let you guys go now, blah, blah, blah. After I ended the live, I told Bella, hey, can you go into my room and just stay in there? Because she didn't know that he was here, only Oasis and Raza did. So they come into my room and I go outside and I was like, Vaughn, what are you doing here? And he was like, I don't have anywhere to go. And I'm like, Vaughn, I told you you could come here. Like, I don't understand, like, this back and forth and putting on this whole scene, like, really scared me. You scared the kids. I was trying to tell you, like, you could stay here. It doesn't have to be like this, etc., etc. And he was like, you don't want me here, blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to sleep in the shed. I found a spot in the shed and I'm going to organize it and I'm going to be there. And I'm just like, what the fluff? Like, how creepy is that my husband puts on these whole irrational arguments and screaming matches and then wants to sleep outside in the freaking den? Like, he literally has lost his mind. Like, this is the type of stuff, like, I'm talking about. This is scary AF, dude. So then, anyways, I told him, like, dude, no, you cannot be here. Like, at this point, we are so scared, and this was so extreme for us. Like, I don't want you in the shed. I don't even want you in the house. Like, you have to go. Like, this cannot continue at all. He was like, I don't know where to go. I don't have anywhere to go. I'm just like, oh my God. Like, so anyways, he had messaged me prior as to why my car was in the driveway, which what he meant was because whenever I went live for a training in the consultant group, I was talking about the situation. And so I needed help with keeping Raza quiet. So, you know, our very long driveway, I backed up the car to like the very entrance of our driveway so that, number one, I can have my lights on and it's going to light up our driveway. And that way the kids can be outside with Congo and Jacob so that they're protected. I didn't let them go past a certain line, and then I didn't want cars to pull up into our driveway, so I put it right there. But it was still there, like, after my, training group. I didn't remove it or like bring it back in. So then after I'm talking to him, like, and I told him, because he refused to leave. So I said, Vaughn, okay, listen, if you go in that house, you have to promise me. And not even me. Promise the kids, and don't even say it verbally, in your head. You have to promise that you are not going to leave again, because this instability and irregularity, like, and the screaming matches and us thinking you're leaving, like, that is a lot for me and a lot for them. And so he just like threw his head back and stayed looking up. And so I'm just like, oh my gosh. So while I walked away to go and bring the car in, he freaking walks in the house. Like, I wasn't ready for him to come in the house. We weren't even done talking. Like, I was just going to move the car back in, and I had told him that I was going to do it. So I didn't just walk away out of nowhere. I told him, like, I'm going to go bring my car in right now or whatever. So then he took advantage to walk inside. And so I was halfway down the driveway. So when I realized he went inside, I hurried up, turned around, ran into the house, because I'm like, oh shoot, like, this is not okay. And Bella looked like she had seen a ghost. Like, Bella was not in the room. Her face was just so complete. Like, she looked shocked. It was bad. And so then I walk in and I see her and I was like, baby, it's okay. Like, just go to the room. Like, I promise it's going to be okay. So then I'm trying to plead with him to, like, go, leave, whatever. Long story short, I offered to get him a hotel. And I told him, like, dude, I will just pay for you to get a hotel. And he was like, okay, good. That's what I've been wanting all along. And it's just like, man, don't play me. Like, I didn't say that, but in my head, I'm just thinking, like, really? No, he wanted $2,000 for a hotel. Like, hell no. Number one, that's effing crazy. And I feel like he's just wanting to put it in his, his backup account or whatever. So I just I felt like this was ridiculous. I told him, like, I will get him a hotel. I told him, I said, Vaughn, and if you come back here, I am going to call the cops on you, because I told him I'll get him a hotel up until Monday, his appointment. I told him, I will call the cops on you, Vaughn. And he was like, yeah, no, I'm not coming back. And I was like, okay, Vaughn, but I really need you to understand that, like, if you come back, I'm also going to get a restraining order against you, and you're no longer going to be around me, and you're no longer going to be able to see the kids anymore. Like, I need you to understand that this is very serious. So then he was just like, yeah, no, I'm not coming back. Like, attitude. He was like, sure. Like, almost as attitude, but almost careless, right? I'm in the house packing up some food so that he has food that he can eat while he's over there. I'm getting oatmeal. I'm getting like granola. I'm getting different things so that he can, eat snacks. Oh, so then I am looking for my phone. I couldn't find it in the house. I finally pick it up and I notice he had text, never mind, I'm taking my computer. I don't know what that means. Part of me felt like, is he writing the wrong person? Like, I don't understand why he said never mind. Like, I was thoroughly confused. But I totally understood he's taking his computer, and like, that pissed me off. There was just like, no way he can take his computer. Like, that's, hell no. Like, dude, I need to get these packages out. This was on a Thursday, because because on Tuesday when I ran out of shipping labels, I immediately ordered some on Amazon, and I couldn't get like overnight shipping or whatever. So they came on Thursday, and this was Thursday, and I needed to, that night, I was going to finish with the packages. But everything is connected to his computer, and I was like, Vaughn, you cannot take your computer. Like, I need it to be able to finish these packages. Like, people are waiting on their order. So I'm going to take it. Like, hell no. Like, you're not going to have my computer. You told me to pack up everything that I need, or pack up all of my stuff. And I was like, no, I told you to pack up everything that you need. And like, this is for business. Like, I'm not even wanting your computer for myself. Like, this is literally because people paid money to get this jewelry, and I need to get it to them. Call 911, and I was like, listen, like, my husband, he's having another outburst. This is what's going on, blah, blah, blah. I told him, like, I need you guys to come here. Like, he's scaring me. He's scaring my kids. This has been going on. So finally, police come, and at this point, he's already taken his computer, put everything in the truck, and they're talking to him. And like, the police this time were not like the ones last time. They did not care that whatever was going on, because, he owns this house, so they can't legally tell him to leave. They also can't tell him to leave his computer. Like, nothing at all, like, literally. So, and because he didn't put his hands on me, they're not going to do anything. But like, the officers last time, they were talking about, disorderly conduct, and someone would go to jail for that. So I was thinking, like, I need him to be arrested, like, at this point. Spending more money on this dude, which now that he knows about the account, like, he is spending money like crazy. $50 at Walmart here, $50 at Walmart there. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, no regard for a budget, no regard for the amount of work that I have to put in just to pay these bills. Like, nothing at all. So anyways, I got him this hotel or whatever. And so he hasn't been back to the house. Like, we hear him drive by all the time, and he's driving by to check the mail. The reason why he's checking the mail is because the car is not removed. He keeps checking it every single day. So all the time, the kids are like, oh, daddy's here. The dogs are barking, going crazy, because this truck is really loud because of the engine and the exhaust. So we hear it when he just drives by. Like, it's been such a mess, but he hasn't come back to the house. So I ordered a printer off of Amazon, just a brand new printer, not another Rolo, not the cords, nothing, just another printer, and it's going to get here tomorrow. But I'm just like, literally, I cannot make this garbage up. It's just problem after freaking problem. Like, everything in the world is preventing me from getting these packages out. Like, I haven't been answering my messages on Blingin' on a Budget because I'm so afraid. Like, the anxiety that I get when answering messages. But people are upset, and it's like, I can't handle, like, I can't deal. Like, it's such an embarrassment to me. It's such an embarrassment to my business. And this could have all been prevented if he literally left his computer. Like, literally. I don't think he purposely took the cords to the Rolo, but he was so in a rush to get out of here because the cops were coming that he accidentally took it. And it's been a nightmare. I go to his appointment this morning at 8:30, and he was there for a very long time. It lasted about a couple of hours, and yeah, then he also said that he's going to go to the college on Monday. It's just really weird. So he says that he accidentally, like, he was holding himself up with his elbow, and it's just so hard to believe that all that happened. Like, the door literally broke off because his elbow was resting up. I'm pretty sure that he really hit it. And so last night we got into another argument, but it didn't like escalate to like yelling or him cussing, but I can tell that it was going that way. I had a really sick feeling in my stomach. So I told the kids, like, get your shoes on right now and then go into the room together and lock the door. And so then I grabbed Raza, went into my room, locked the door, and hurried up to try to get us ready so that we can leave, because he refused to leave still. And so finally, whenever we got the shoes on, he ended up knocking on the door to come in because he wanted to close to finally leave. Just thinking, like, dude, no way. Like, he had his opportunity. I'm like really afraid of him, and I don't want him to come into the room. So then I told him, like, no, if it's okay, like, can you please go back to the den and I'll let you know when we leave and you can come change. He was like, I don't understand, I'm confused, can you just let me close under the door? And I had told him, like, Vaughn, can you please just go back to the room? Like, I would prefer if you don't, and I'll let you know when we leave. So he ended up leaving, and so then I grabbed the kids, grabbed the girls, and I'm like, let's go. So we walk outside, and I had nowhere to go. Like, I didn't call a lift. I didn't call any friends. Like, I just knew that I needed to leave because my stomach had a really bad feeling. So as we walk out the door, we're walking maybe no more than 4 steps, and a car pulls into our driveway. And I'm like, oh my God. I told the girls, I don't know who that is. Go in front of the truck so that they can hide. It turns out it was a sister from our congregation. She literally just came to apologize that she didn't respond to my text message. Whenever I asked her to pick me up for the meeting, like something so minimal. Like, I walked up to her and I was like, I couldn't believe it was her. Like, I didn't understand why she was here at my house. So I was like, what are you doing here? But me, I was more like shocked and like, how did this happen? Like, this is crazy that she pulls up at the time I needed to leave the most. And she was like, oh, Mija, I just wanted to apologize for this, that, and the other. I was like, oh my God, that's okay, please. Like, is it okay if we go with you? And she was like, sure, like, all of you guys. I'm like, yes, please. Like, can we please go with you? So she said yes. So then we go into her car and she takes us to our house, and I am just like crying the whole way, like bawling my eyes out there, and the kids are watching TV, and I just kind of tell her what's going on. She was like, that was Jehovah, because all day I've been thinking that I need to go and check up on you. Like, I just need to go and apologize, just head over to your house. And she says, Mija, I never do that. Like, I never just stop at people's houses for a text message, and especially this late at night. Like, it just doesn't happen. I was like, this was Jehovah, because something in me felt like I needed to leave right away, and then you just happened to pull up. I told her we literally had nowhere to go. So then whenever we come home a little bit later, like, he's staying in the den, and that's good. And then this morning he went to his doctor's appointment, and that's when I noticed the door. Like, it's a little bit broken on top. Like, the closet is broken there, so whenever he must have punched it or whatever, or like he elbowed it, it must have been whenever we were gone. Thank God, though. His nerves are all over the place, and he's having a hard time. And I understand, like, whenever you open up to a therapist for the very first time, like, you just feel awful. So I just asked him if he can stay in the den, like, because he was out here out and about, and then he was telling me that I need to go see a psychiatrist. But I feel like the way he did it was just so freaking disrespectful. It was just like, there's a way to, like, you know ask someone to get help or suggest. And the way he came out, I was just like, dude, no, like that was, I couldn't. So I said, like, dude, like, I just really don't like the way that you're talking to me. Like, I just feel like maybe we should just be texting each other as our way of communicating. And he went into the den, and then I shut the door. He didn't want it shut, so we were exchanging text messages. But I told him, because after that, he was like, I need you to just back off of me because my nerves are all over the place and you're overwhelming me. Like, I just need you to back off for a bit. And that, like, really bothered me because literally I didn't come to him and talk to him, like, at all, except whenever he was trying to put the door back on the hinge. I did not want it there because I don't want to see those shutters broken. Like, that is just a reminder of how scary it is. Like, that's terrifying for me. I don't want to see that. I'd rather there be no closet door. And he did not agree, and he said, well, I need it closed for when I'm changing. I was like, no, you can just close the door to our bathroom. He was like, no, because then I'm gonna have to put in, like, the little stick at the top of the door, right? I'm gonna have to put up the stick, and then I'm gonna have to lock it, which is like a whole 2 steps. What? I could tell that was gonna be an argument. I said, okay, Vaughn, well, if you're gonna repair the closet door, then I need you to make sure that it looks like it was never broken in the first place, because I am scared. And then I walked away, and he was not happy. So then he comes out and announces to everyone, just letting you know, I'm sorry that you seen the closet, and I'm sorry if it scared anybody. I'm just letting you know that it was my elbow and it was an accident. And like, it was just like, what the hell, like, really? And he just came out of his room and just announced it to everybody. And I'm like, what the hell? Number one, I don't believe him, like, at all, like, that he was just leaning up against it based off of the damage. Number two, like, how awkward for the kids, you know? So then Boo was like, okay, like, just, whatever. So we went back into the room. I asked, like, how are you doing? Like, how are you processing everything? She said, it just feels like there's someone in our house we don't even know. Like, he's walking around, but it's just, like, really weird. She said she doesn't even know how to describe it, but, like, I totally understand as well. Like, that's how I feel too. Long story short, it's been a very emotionally trying day. I had so much stuff to do, and I was going to do it. Then I ate food and kind of went into a food coma, and I just allowed myself to rest because I got really, really tired, and I felt like, okay, I can totally sleep. So I slept, and it was not really great sleep because it was very interrupted with Raza and Boo playing. But then finally, like, after an hour and a half, I felt, okay, I should try to get up now. And then Raza came to lay down with me. And so now it's like everything is just working out perfectly. So even though I really have to have a sale, like, this is just going so great because I get to work in peace. And unfortunately, Bella's sick right now, so Vaughn went to the store to get medicine. Okay, I'm done.
So I could possibly have PTSD. You know what that is?
Nope.
That's a post-traumatic stress disorder, which means that anything that happened in the past can hurt you really bad. It's almost like your memory compressed it, but it like keeps flashing back out at you, and then it's almost like your brain is sick. So what I'm gonna go do is I'm gonna go get checked out for my brain. Now the thing is that that's not until Monday. You know what depression is?
Yeah, I know what depression is.
Right now I am extremely depressed.
Eat my hand.
I really can't. To me, like to me, it's just the aura is depressing, and in order for me, because to be honest with you, and I'm telling you this with all seriousness, I feel like if I stay in the house again tonight, I might not wake up tomorrow morning. And it's not because I want to hurt myself or harm myself. I'm actually going to get help. I'm a survivor. But I feel like because of the stress, because stress is the #1 killer in America, because of the stress, I think it might cause me to just stop. I don't know. But in my mind, that's what I'm thinking. Emotionally, that's what I think.
Come here.
Physically, that's all I can feel.
Raza, come here.
Even though I don't want to.
Big shark.
but that's the only thing that I can do. The only thing I can do is get out of the house. So what I'm gonna do is I've already packed up. I'm gonna leave until Monday. Monday is gonna be the day that I actually get checked out. At that point, then everything else will start coming around.
Is Jacob gonna go with you?
No, he doesn't. I don't want him to go around there. Well, I'm not necessarily. Don't really. No, he's okay. So I'm gonna take off for a while, and then I'll come back. But it's for me to get help, okay? I'm not doing this because I just don't want to be here, or I don't want to help nobody, or anything like that. I want to be here, but I don't want to lose this.
Don't do that.
I don't want to lose my mind. So in order for me to not do that, sometimes you just have to go.
Are you gonna be gone for a few days, or are you gonna come around?
I'm gonna be gone until Monday. Monday's when I'll come back.
I hope you know that when you go to a psychiatrist, sometimes it's not immediate help. It takes a series of appointments in order for you to get better. And if you are literally saying that you might not wake up, because that's a hazard, and then he's gonna do that, and he can hit someone. Then I really think you need to go to a hospital.
No, what I'm trying to tell you is the fact of I'm stressed here. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not really up for discussion, but I'm just letting you guys know what's going on.
It's not up for discussion, but you literally,
stop, because
you
you're doing
told.
it right now. I'm literally like.
All I'm doing is talking. That's it.
But you're talking about something that I told you I don't want to talk about.
Marvon, you just told my kids something very heavy. That you might not wake up tomorrow.
Yeah, but you're trying to get me to do something that I don't want to do.
Marvon, that is something very serious.
Why are you staring at me so hard and
I'm looking at you, but I don't think you understand the weight of what you just told them. That is very serious.
Andrea, a lot of the stuff that's been going on in this house is very serious that I haven't even been able to open my mouth about, but everybody else knows.
Vaughn.
You understand what that says?
Vaughn.
It's important that they know. It's important.
Vaughn.
It's important that you understand.
That you need help. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So allow me to get it on my own and don't push me. The first thing I told you when
I'm not pushing you, but I have to take care of them as well, whether you're here or not, and you telling them something that's severe and serious, it is not okay. We don't know where you're going. We don't know anything.
I don't even know where I'm going, but
then that worries me.
And that's the thing. This is the stuff that stresses me out. This is why I shake and fall and do all types of things because I can't take this. I can't take
Marvon, there's literally. I'm not yelling at you.
I don't want us to be separated.
I'm not
okay.
Everything
in this relationship right now is just one-sided, and I
have
to
not.
Just go. Sometimes it's just easier.
It's not.
Go. I just can't.
And you walk away, Vaughn?
Because I feel like you're just trying to keep saying the same thing and trying to get me to understand your point, but you're not really understanding what I'm telling you.
Marvon, I understand
right now,
clearly, but I don't.
Mentally, I'm about to break down.
Girls,
so
I need you to
stop.
go to the room. I'm sorry. Please take Son. No, you can go in my room.
Take this in the room, please.
Everything I am saying is literally just concern for you.
Okay, to be honest with you, I really don't feel like you are that concerned. I'm just saying.
I know.
Your actions are really not speaking.
There's no actions that I'm doing.
Exactly.
Vaughn.
Your actions are not speaking. The only thing you're yelling is you need to get help. You need to get help.
I'm not yelling.
I know you're not yelling. I'm just saying. The only thing I'm hearing is you need to get help. You need to get help. I asked, what do I need to get help with? Oh, you need to go figure that out. Guess what? I'm doing so.
I already told you, and it's not. Our conversations are nowhere near what you're even describing.
I feel like you're not really understanding. The counselors.
Trust me, I understand.
Listen. The counselors, they talk. The only thing they do is they write down everything you want them to know for the psychiatrist. The psychiatrist then we'll book an appointment, and then after that, you start your sessions. That's how it goes. I'm telling you, bro. I'm asking every single person.
I know, Marvon.
So please stop.
Please?
Yes, stop.
Okay, I hope you know that I'm gonna call someone now that you're leaving.
Andrea, I wish I would have just been able to get a hotel room, but you don't want to give me anything. I don't have anything to my name because of you.
You just asked for $2,000,
Bruh.
$2,000.
Okay, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's gonna happen. But bruh, just because I'm asking for it doesn't mean that I'm not gonna pay it back, or do I even deserve it?
Fine.
That's what makes it. I feel like shit because I feel like you don't even think I deserve to. This is why I have to go. This is why I have to leave, Andrea.
I can close the door.